Good morning. I want to give a quick update for the computers elective class that GT students are taking for distance learning at Pine. There have been some questions about when grades would be posted on Infinite Campus. If you recall, Edgenuity is the primary way that you're getting your instruction. Therefore, that is where the grades would be listed. Generally, the computer grades the majority of the work, so you can get your status update there. But starting tonight is when I post the grades for quarter one. Now, this is not technically a quarter course. This is a quote-unquote semester course. I'm going to address that in a second. But your current progress right now, your current grade, is what I'm going to be posting. It's listed as overall grade. It tends to be the higher of the two grades. So that will be coming out on Infinite Campus tonight. But you still need to be looking at Edgenuity in order to find out exactly where you're at and what you need to do next. Now we have some good news. Our administration has gone to bat for you, and instead of this being a semester course, which was going to be quite challenging, a lot of students were feeling a lot of pressure in order to try to blow through this course. You should have been at 40% done with the course. Most students were about 25%. And they were working really hard. So we requested from the school district that we extend the time. Even though it's still a semester course, you're going to have more than a semester in order to complete it. So now the end date, instead of being December, is now going to be May 7th. So on May 7th, you have to have all of this work done. This is going to allow a lot of flexibility for you. And the nice thing is, if you finish ahead of time, and even when everyone finishes on May 7th, it will revert into a study hall. So essentially, you'll still have to check in each day, but we're going to want you to focus on other classwork that you have. Now, the attendance policy does not change with this. You still have to log in to the OLE computers course on Edgenuity every day, and you got to do it before 6 p.m. I've had some students email me, say, hey, I checked in, how come I'm being marked absent? That's because you got to check into my course every day and work a little bit on it each day. And that's going to be true even though we're extending it to May 7th. So make sure each day you're doing your part to stay on top of things. Some questions and some issues have popped up. The biggest issue that students are having problems with is they're not reading the directions on the Edgenuity assignments carefully. They're not doing exactly what it says. So, for example, on any of the Python programs with variables would be an assignment as an example. If you do not type in the code exactly as it's shown in the assignment, the code is going to be incorrect and therefore you're not going to get a passing grade. So first of all, make sure you've installed Python, and just like the directions in Edgenuity said and my previous posts on Teams and the emails, you've got to use the idle version of Python. The idle version allows you to edit, it allows you to open these and make whatever changes. When you're ready to upload and submit these, you have to zip them. A couple of students have emailed me just the Python file. Our email system is always looking for possible potential threats, and it identifies Python programs as that. It will not let me download. I cannot view them, and you're not going to be able to upload. So it goes back to the same thing. You've got to be conscientious about reading the directions and following everything it says for you to do. Now, when you're asking for retakes, you need to be very specific. Please do not email me and say, the assignment I just did, I need to do it again. You got to tell me exactly the name of the assignment. If I go ahead and click a retake, it's going to potentially affect the previous grade. So I cannot guess on it. Bear in mind also, I did put some restrictions on what you can and cannot do. If you've done a retake and you spent less time on the retake than you did on the original effort, I'm not going to give you a third retake. In part because you're not taking the retake seriously, and in part because even though we've extended to May 7th, we still need you to be on task completing this course. Now, once you finish with the Python programming and coding section, you're going to move into the office products section of the class. First thing I'm going to tell you, you're not going to upload a lot of the stuff until you get to the end of the unit. So you have a number of assignments you have to complete. Same issue as before. The few students that have sent me stuff, for the most part, you followed the directions, but if you don't follow every direction, you're going to lose some points. Also, please make sure you're checking the version you were using on Microsoft Office. If you log into office365.com, you can download some of the installed version of this. Make sure you do that, and make sure you're using the most recent version. If you have any questions, please give me a call here at Pine, 689-2550, or of course you can arrange for a meeting online. We'll talk to you later.